Beekeeping in Yuma is a long-standing Smith family tradition.
Beekeeping in my family started when my grandmother's grandfather came here in the Army.
And Rick Smith says it's an old art.
Beehive management hasn't changed since great-great-grandpa did it when he came here down in Gadsden.
And the art of beekeeping is no easy feat.
So we're still doing it the same way they did. And that skill has to be taught, over time. You don't learn it in a minute. It really is a skill and an art.
From day one, his bees are a part of his family, and it's his business to take care of them every day.
So I've been in it all my life, and many generations. I'll probably be the last commercial beekeeper in my family.
But he says it hasn't always been easy.
Since the Varroa mite came in the U.S., we've lost almost half our bees.
After the mite took over, the number of bees in the U.S. went from about 5 million down to a little more than 2 million.
Small beekeepers totally vanished from beekeeping. Now they're just starting to come back as we learn more and more and have become better at manipulating this difficult pest.
Beekeepers can actually breed their hives to be resistant to the pests.
Like breeding of all animals, they have inheritable traits.
And he makes sure his bees have the nutrients they need.
The pollen is their protein and vitamin source, and the nectar is their carbohydrate source.
Smith helps them recover and stay hydrated throughout the hot summer months.
Because pollination is very, very difficult on the bees. You're virtually overgrazing a field. You want all the flowers to set. So you have really too many bees in a spot for them to live in like a natural setting where there's abundant food. You're really pressuring them to do their job of pollination.
So in the off season, the bees get a little R&R.
The rest of the year they have to live in outlying areas and recoup from that. Here they're usually along the river bottoms and the valley edges in yards that beekeepers maintain.
And the entire farming community plays a role in taking care of the little buzzers.
My dad was incredible in leading that charge. He found ways to use pesticides they thought was impossible without hurting the bees, and the farmers adapted and the pest control advisors took on and found more ways. So it was really a team effort, and they just, like I say, the rest of the country stands far behind them.
Pesticide applicators do their part in keeping the bees alive all year by paying attention to where the bees are when they spray and consider them as a factor when choosing the types of material they'll use on the crop.
The guys in Yuma are just known across the nation for how well they do it, and I can't, it couldn't be possible without them, because when they chose to take that course, it changed beekeeping in Yuma.
This Homegrown segment is brought to you by the University of Arizona, Yuma.